Hello, all. Um, Kitty has done something. I don't know what. Um, she jumped on my keyboard and did something, and now the music stopped on my Firefox. So I'm not completely sure what she's done. Hello, hello. Okay, so my mic is working. Well, it looks like it is anyway. Ah, that's what it is. She muted my headphones. Okay. Come on, Kitty. I know, the excitement of a box has done you in. Okay. So this is actually 4 different booklets, or 5 different booklets, one for each of the things. And this talks about the set. And is, I guess, the end about how you can connect them together. So I think there's 8 bags, but I'm not positive. Yes, there are 8 bags. Get out of the box, Kitty. Okay, Kitty. Do we need to have kitty time? Do we need to have kitty time? Do you want to get down? Oh, now we have zoomies. All the zoomies. I'm sure she'll be back. Itchy eyeballs. Streamwriter started a new thing, so I'm probably gonna switch to that, like to the new map. I thought I heard her come up here. Sometimes she likes to edge around the desk. Sorry, the cord underneath my desk has decided to come out of its locked in place. And now, it keeps touching my leg and making me think there's something happening underneath there. That's better, I suppose. Not perfect, but better. Crazy redeemed first. Welcome in, Crazy. I was just looking at the new Stream Raiders thing that started today. The new map. That's the word I'm looking for. And then seeing what it wanted from me for today's quest. Just looks like archers. Get that set up, and then people can do it or not do it depending on what you want. We are doing the Lego Space postcards today. I don't know why I got the books out like that was going to matter, because the cat is eventually going to not let me use the books, so. Welcome in, Steel. How is your audiobook and cleaning going? Sorry, my brain's like, what are we doing? The answer is, I don't know. I was going to try to sort for the first 15-20 minutes like I normally do, but the kitty quickly decided that was not an option and just started batting the pieces all over the place, so. Procrastinating? Never. Not you. He could have took her sister home with him. London. Yay? Nay? No? Cool beans. He could have. You just wouldn't have liked it. Hi, kitty. Bloop. She was being a menace while I was trying to set up, so. It was going to be a very long solo trip for me if he had. Oh, don't move what page I'm on, kitty. I'm sure he can find a kitty there to adopt near you. I'm sure they have a pet shelter who is in need of, that has some kitties who are in need of adopting. We have a rule. We are getting our dogs first. The cat distribution center does not follow rules like that. You know what they say about plans? Like, you plan, and the powers that be laugh very hard when they disturb them. Ooh, Pokemon soon. A Ducklet. Let's see, do we have a netball kitty? Pokey cat. I can't type apparently. Pokey catch netball. Look, it's you. Look, up there. Excuse me, that's my hand. I don't want you to bite it. I ordered the piece that was missing to my set. Like I went into the missing parts thing and told them I was missing it. So as I was opening the set, I noticed that bags were like pieces were inside the box, and I'm like, that's weird, because the pieces that were inside the box weren't like big pieces, you know. Like it didn't make sense for those pieces to be loose inside the box. And then when I dumped out bag 1, I noticed that it had a hole like near the bottom seam, like that would lift up like a flap. That wasn't supposed to be there, obviously. And so I think what happened was it probably fell out before it even really got in the box. You know, like maybe it fell out on the conveyor belt. But it's already been shipped, so now it's 7 to 10 business days till it comes. But once that comes, I will quickly finish that set, the ukulele, and then I will put it next to Stitch and Brickhead Stitch. And I got Lego mail yesterday. I got a new set, or like the free gift with purchase that will go towards being like a brick tech set. And then I got the Harry Potter set. I needed to complete, like finish getting all of, what was it, last June's Harry Potter release. And then I got the Wave set to add to my backlog. I'm trying to slow myself down. It's not really working. So I thought about potentially getting, well, other sets like that octopus that we made, and then putting them as like a redeem, you know, kind of like the diamond dots, where like I will work on that. Ooh, one over, not paying attention. Where like that'll be a stream. You know, because they're not very big. Like, oh, that took a while. But, like, the 2 other baby octopuses that are supposed to go with it. And then, like, just, you know, like, small things. I'm sure people out there have, like, a crazy amount of points for my channel. So I'm trying to find a way to, like, use those points. Yeah, like the coaster. You just find a coaster and just put it on where you work on it for like just 15 minutes. Because the coaster sets are pretty cheap. Their coaster sets aren't bad. They're usually like $10 and you get like 6 or 8 of the coasters, so it's not a bad deal. Oh, sorry, my brain is doing Perler. Or Diamond when you're talking about Perler. Yeah, the Perler ones, I mean, you would have to do a whole Perler at a time. But if you did like simple ones that pretty much had a like pattern that you could just change the color. Sorry, I read Perler and my brain went to Diamond. Like, yes, I don't know what I'm talking about like normal. Because that's not like something you could start and stop real easy. I did not have that piece in there like I thought I did. Or do it where they redeem, like, yeah, like, so, like, your whole stream you would work on Diamond, I mean, Perler instead of, crochet or whatever you know. Like, it would be kind of like where I have the one where you can quick tax. Okay, I will do it. You cannot eat the Lego, kitty. Okay. I don't know where my camera is anymore. Yeah. It is highly ill-advised to eat the plastic Legos, kitty. That was it. We added 2 to this, 1 to each side there. That was the gifted tax. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Are you gonna lay down? Are you gonna lay down? Yeah, I forgot that I needed to start at 11 today instead of noon because Fantasy doesn't have practice after school today because she has a fundraiser spaghetti dinner thing. So while the fundraising isn't technically for her because she's not going to nationals, it's still, she's part of the team. She has to help out, you know, like that's part of being on a team. But they're not having practice because they're just setting up for the thing. So I had to pick her up at regular time. And I forgot about that until like I didn't forget about it, but I just didn't equate that meant I had to start my stream earlier. Like, I completely remembered that she had it. She had to do it, but I forgot that I had to change my stream time. Honestly, you don't really miss much. Like, it's hard to really see, even if you're down in like the lower levels. You don't really truly see much. Um, and they shoot like 2 to a thing, and I'm pretty sure we have a recording of it somewhere. Maybe not this one, but the other one. But they did really good. So I'm sure at some point they will have fundraising for the 3D shooters to go to nationals, but this is specifically for the Bullseye team. But you know, it's part of being a team. She's to go and help serve the food tonight for the. Yeah, you could put them in the Discord. Well, I wouldn't put them in the Discord. I would send it like maybe specifically to Steel, because it does have her school name on it. So yeah, like it's part of being in the team, so you have to do those things even if they aren't necessarily for you. We didn't sell a whole lot of tickets. Crazy asked people at work, but nobody was really interested in buying spaghetti dinner tickets. And like, if we went, Crazy would be the only one who would eat it, because I don't know how they plan on setting it up. Like, are the noodles separate from like the sauce and stuff like that? Because we're probably the only two. Well, Boy Wonder might eat it, but it's got to be just a certain kind of sauce or he won't eat it. So I don't know, but we're not gonna go tonight. But I gotta carefully open it so I don't throw beads or blocks, beads, whatever, all across the floor. Look at you! She was frustrated because I guess like they just assume the kids know like all the rules, but I guess she didn't, because they were like, I guess she scored, because when they shoot 2 people to a target, whether that's a 3D target or a bullseye target, and they have like, you basically check each other to make sure nobody's lying about what you scored. You know what I mean? Keep each other honest. And I guess she moved her scoring thing to the next thing. And somebody was like, well, you're not supposed to do that until the other person's ready. And she's like, nobody told me that. How am I supposed to know if nobody tells me? So she was like frustrated and upset. And I was like, listen, I don't know. Like, if your coaches didn't tell you that, or they didn't like say it at the beginning, like, because they didn't really give them any guidelines, just that like, so there's like a blue line on the side where they stand to shoot, and you have to have 1 foot on either side of the blue line. That keeps everybody roughly in the same area. You know, based on your height, it's going to be a little different, you know, because how far apart your feet are, because you want them shoulder width apart. So if you're a taller, bigger person, your feet are going to be further apart. But it's not going to be more uncomfortable for you, because it's still like a comfortable position. But it keeps everybody in roughly the same area. Oh, I see. That makes sense. But like, I guess they didn't say anything. Like, she didn't know that's what they wanted, but so she was frustrated. I'm like, I don't know either. And this is really like, I mean, she's what? She did the one where she did both, and then she did one where she just did bullseye, and then this one. So it's only like her 3rd competition. Yeah, the way she said it to me made it sound like they somebody got onto her for moving her scorecard before, you know. But I, like I said, I don't know. I wasn't down there like next to her or anything. Are you having fun, kitty? You look like you're ready to go to sleep. Aren't you ready for a kitty nap already? Or just lay down. Lay down. There, just like that. Yeah, stretch out. Stretch out. Or stand up. That works too. And now you're going to type 5 million M's. Lay down. Lay down and take a nap. Yeah, I don't know. We need to get her like scheduled. I shouldn't say scheduled. But like in with like a Banfield pet place. You know, like on a schedule, because we had the dogs when we had them and Kitty for a while with a company called Banfield, and sometimes, well, I guess not sometimes, usually they're located like in a PetSmart, and you can do like a monthly thing. So you pay monthly, and then when it's time for them to get their shots or their teeth cleaned or whatever, it is basically free because it's included in that monthly plan. You basically spread the payments out for it. So we need to get her into that, so that way when it's, you know, time for things, we have that.
This whole game is rigged.
Okay, you want to sit right there? That's fine. You can lay down. Just lay down and stop walking all over the place. Ow, that's my boob. It's not interested in your claw. There you go, lay down. This is the thing so far. It's not very exciting, but something's going to happen because we're putting Technic pieces in it. Or maybe that's just to help hold all the sides together. I don't know. I think the real issue happened when her partner moved to the other end of the shooting range without scoring her card. Ah! That's probably... Yeah, that's probably a big thing. You need food? I do too. I forgot. Like I said, I forgot I needed to start earlier. So I didn't eat earlier. But that's alright. I did eat 2 leftover breadsticks with my coffee this morning, so... That's something, right? What are you doing, kitty? Okay. I wonder why they have these with holes in them when they're getting placed like facing in, so the holes don't actually do anything. Like, why not just put regular squares? Who knows? Right, like, so it wasn't even something she did. Well, she didn't get, like, points knocked off or anything, but, like, they were like, you can't do that. You know, like, kind of got on to her. So I think she probably thought she was in trouble when she didn't even do anything. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out which way this piece goes. I think it goes this way. And so these are so that this piece, so that you can then like hang it on the wall. You can use this notch here, you know, like to put a screw in and hang it up on the wall. Is that fun? Are you getting it? Are you getting it? Yeah, she didn't get like, I don't think she got like points deducted or anything, but she just doesn't like to be in trouble, period. Like, so she was frustrated that they said something to her about it. When she didn't know, one, that you weren't supposed to do that, and two, for something she didn't like necessarily do. I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't down there, so Crazy moved closer to try to get like shots of it, and so she could like mouth to him like her score and stuff like that. Ow, where are you trying to go? Do you want down? Get in the hole. Oop, I put one the wrong direction. Hello, Trell. How are you doing today? Hopefully good. Oh, look. Wands, but not wands. Yeah, we don't know really anything about where Nationals is going to be held or anything like that for the 3D. I know that the kids who are doing it for their Bullseye, they are going to Tennessee to do it. Somewhere in Tennessee. I don't know where exactly. I didn't pay attention since it didn't pertain to my child. But I don't know if now she'll be going to the kind of the same place or somewhere else. We're just waiting on info. I mean, I was impressed because, like I said, only 6 kids went. So they scored 1589 with just 6 kids. We're doing good. I don't know. This week is kind of a busy week. Ooh. Boy Wonder got his glasses yesterday. So now he's got to get used to actually wearing them. Is that right? No, let's put this piece on. I felt it hit the floor. Or heard it hit the floor, I should say. There we go. It's just a little off. And I heard Stream Raiders. Okay. Get back on there. There we go. Let's do that and this. 5-ish people. Hopefully we can do this. Start battle. I guess it really isn't like a busy week, but it's one of those weeks that feels busy even though there's not much going on. And that may not make total sense. Oh, we didn't make it, but I killed a fair amount of people. They want I don't know. Thank you, Trell, for the epic pirate warrior. So this is the first one. It's like the Big Bang, you know, comet through space. I think, I don't know. This is the set is called Tales of the Space Age. But it's supposed to be like 4 different postcardy type pictures of space, and then you can click them all together and make like a, you know, a longer all together scene, or you can hang them up individually. I like the space, like, but I like space, but not, like, I don't want to build any of the spaceships or anything like that. So, that's kind of weird. Puccina. They say a Nightball is best. Pokey Catch. Nightball. I don't own a Nightball. Okay. Pokey Catch then. How is work going crazy now that the big excitement, of the eclipse is over? I'm sure, like, pretty much everyone has left the state by now. Back to the daily grind. Oh, the fun.
This whole game is rigged.
It is rigged. It is most definitely rigged, especially when, like, nobody catches it and that one Pokemon, like, drops down and it, like, says rigged right on it. I firmly believe it is rigged. Hello, Devin. How are you today? Sock puppet tank. I love the names for these sometimes, like based on what skin they have on it. It's like, I want a sock puppet skin. Where do I get one of those? Buying minifigs? That's fun. Ow, shit, pinched myself. So Tuesday night, I had a parent / learning coach meeting, whatever, regarding Boy Wonder moving to 8th grade. It was for like all the parents of 7th graders. It wasn't like a personal one-on-one meeting or anything like that. And they basically gave us the same spiel they were going to give the kids yesterday morning on like what their options were for going into 8th grade and classes and whatnot, stuff like that. And so they went through and they told us like what their, like what they call it career progress or something like that. Basically, they're like electives that they can take that are kind of broad spectrum career things. Like one of them was like a Microsoft type one, and it taught them like Microsoft 1 and Microsoft 2. And then it delved into like careers that would use Microsoft. Okay, have hopefully it is not a meeting that should have been an email. Or better yet, nobody shows up and you don't actually have to go to the meeting. Like, you can just leave. And then one was like an agriculture one, which of course tells you, like, talks about careers that would use agriculture. And there's talk of like bookkeeping and things like that in there, because if you run your own farm or, things like that, or your own vet things, you'll need to yeah, she's on top playing with the ball. You'll need to know how to bookkeep and stuff. So, agriculture, bookkeeping, vet type things. And then one was like business and marketing. It was all, and then like there was another one, I can't remember it off the top of my head. Consumer family science. That was the one I was having trouble remembering. And then there was a fifth one that eventually they were all going to need to take anyway to graduate. It's required. And it was like a computer programming. So it talks about coding and things like that, and what careers use those things. So he took that one because he was going to need it anyway to graduate. And then he didn't take any of the other ones. And then they went on to tell us about like what electives they were all going to have. Like they were all going to have a what was it? A physical education, so gym. They were all going to have to take gym. And then this year, there was a slight change. They could take art or band. And the band was going to be done just like their other classes, basically virtual band. They would have to rent their own instrument somewhere if they didn't have one. And then they would have band, which was pretty cool. But he's not interested in that. He just took the art. And then, well, I forget. They were all going to have another one. And then they could opt to take Spanish one. And they said, it's a rumor. You don't actually have to have Spanish. Like, you don't have to have a language to graduate. He goes, I know that thing is floating around, and it probably is left over from the days when you did need to have it to graduate. But you don't anymore. So, but if they did choose to take the Spanish class, it was actually a high school class, and they would get a high school credit for it, and it would go for their high school GPA, which was kind of interesting. He didn't take it though, because he didn't want to learn it, frankly. I did not enjoy languages, so I don't blame him. I think this is supposed to be like the equivalent of like a little Mars rover type deal. Oh, you can't see that. It's like a little roller skate with a flat piece on top. And then they talked about like their core classes for next year. So of course, US history. But then it got a little interesting. They could basically skip 8th grade. They could take it like algebra instead of math 8. They could take English 9 instead of English 8. And they could take a different science instead of 8th grade science. So and then those 3 classes would all be high school credits. So we talked about, like, he went to the assembly yesterday, and then we talked about it after he was done, and he decided he wanted to take regular science. The history, they didn't have an option. It was just 8th grade history. And the regular English, but he wanted to take 9th grade math. And so one of the things they said, which was kind of neat, because some kids are going to want to take extra, like do more than they can. So they don't, just because you request it doesn't mean you're going to get it. So they can request the 9th grade classes, and then they'll go back and look at their grades. They'll look at standardized testing. They'll talk to their teachers. And if all those things, like not one thing can stop you from doing it. Like it has to be a culmination of things. Because some people are bad at standardized tests, but that doesn't mean they don't know the material. So they would look at all those criteria and decide if they were in fact eligible for the 9th grade class if they requested it. And then say they got the opportunity to take the 9th grade class, but it was harder than they thought, so they weren't doing well. If by the end of the first quarter they don't have a C or above, or if they have a C or below, they will get the opportunity, not the opportunity, they will be forced back into the 8th grade version of whatever subject it is, and then it won't hurt their GPA, because they don't want them going to school with starting high school with a 2.0 GPA and then fighting to get it back up because you decided in 8th grade you wanted to take classes that were in actuality something you couldn't do. Even though it looked like you could, you were having issues. So that was kind of cool. So he took those two, and because they could have a total of 5 high school credits their 8th grade year, which is kind of neat. And they also said, so I think he's only going to get 2. If they allow him to do those 2 and then he does well in them, he'll wind up with 2 high school credits in 8th grade. And they also said they don't do an honors classes, but there are ways that you can combine college credits when you're in high school. So they could potentially graduate with their associate's degree at the same time they're graduating from high school. So that was pretty interesting. Of course, if they don't want to take any college classes, they don't have to. It's just something they could do if they wanted to kind of give them a jump start. They'd be ahead. This program is very future geared, career geared, whether that's something you have to go to college for or not. But they are very geared towards helping them decide what they want to be when they grow up and getting them in the right direction of doing that, whatever it is they want to do. Which I think is pretty neat. He says he wants to be a programmer, but then he never really wants to do any of the programs that would lead him in that direction. So who knows? And in Arkansas, they need 75 community service hours to graduate. Which is, seems like a lot, but then again, it is over 4 years, so it's less than 20 hours a year. Sounded like she knocked something over. Speaking of the school, one of my coworkers sent his daughter through the same school when it was first starting up. It stopped after 8th grade and then the kids had to go to regular school, but he said it was a very school and his daughter loved it. He was also a high school science teacher and his wife was an elementary. Yeah, I mean, it seems and a lot of the people who are teachers also have kids in the program. So if their kid, you know what I mean, it leans towards more of, if it wasn't working, why would, you know what I mean? Why would they keep their kids in it? It would be suspicious if all the teachers who had kids didn't have their kids in the program. It'd be well, if you love it so much, why aren't your kids in it? But like I said, it seems like all their kids are in it. So okay, they show this one sideways, but not the other side. So I'm gonna put the other side forward. Oh, nope. I guess it is that way because I would see the hole in the back if it was not meant to be sideways. I think I got 2 of these out when I only need 1. But yeah, I mean, he seems to do really well with it. He's currently got all straight A's. I do need to get with his, like, email his gym teacher because they say they're supposed to do like 30 minutes of some kind of activity every day, but I don't know where to turn it in. So like, and I tried to go through like his work from like the beginning of the phys ed course to see like where it said, hey, this is where your parents turn it in or how they turn it in, but I can't find it. I have him do things every day, but I don't know where to turn it in. So I need to email his gym teacher and figure that part out. Like technically yesterday, I'm gonna call it a walk. It was a walk around the grocery store, but it was a 30-minute walk. Right, that counts, doesn't it? You're out doing something. I'm not likely to walk any faster if I went like on a trail or something. Get on the pegs. This is what I hate about Technic. If you don't get them all lined up just right, you can't get it to... There we go. Snap on. And they have like monthly, I don't want to call them competitions. They call them challenges, which is more apt because it's not like you lose. You know what I mean? Like, so they'll have like a monthly Minecraft challenge. Like this month on Minecraft, we want you to try to build something like this. And then they'll have like a monthly Lego challenge. Like, we want you to take your Lego blocks and try to build something along this theme. I don't believe I did that. Well, actually, I do believe I did that. That's not even surprising. But, so, you know, to keep the kids engaged. Which is kind of cool. And they have, like, groups they can join online and, like, an area where they can, like, get together and talk to each other. I don't know how often he uses that part, but... I don't know what that looks like. This would be spot on. And that would be that way, which is what I think they want. Oh, and up. Yes. Like that, I think. Yep. Boobies. Okay, I think we have, you know, partial eclipse. Or 2 moons. I don't know. Mars? Mars, maybe? You got your little rover down here and your little spaceship. Space pod. She either laid down or she got down and is somewhere else. I don't know. Now we have, this one's like pinkish. And it's like a spaceship taking off. Whoop whoop. Yeah, I think it was the stickers that we thought were coming Tuesday. When I looked at the thing, it looked like they just bounced around. And then finally they were like, oh yeah, let's deliver them today. It was kind of weird because it said like the local postal system like 4 times, you know, like it had arrived, was moving through the system, then had arrived, and then like, I don't know, like I said, it was weird. It like bounced around 4 times. Yep, aliens. So there was a guy who was in New York for the eclipse, you know, and I guess, you know, he came out with everybody else to see the once in a lifetime eclipse. And he was like, I give this eclipse a 3 stars out of 5. That was nothing. It just got a little dark and a little cold. But nothing happened. It wasn't even a full eclipse. And all I could think was, well, you would have known beforehand. Okay, I got to look up which book I read last that I can talk about. Because the one I'm currently reading hasn't come out yet. Well, I guess it came out today, but I'm not very far into it either. I gotta look which one it is. What I read. But you know what I mean? Like, each place knew what percentage of eclipse they were getting. And if they were getting a totality, they knew how long it was going to be. So he was like, this is stupid. It's not even a full eclipse. I don't know what this stuff is all about. It's like, I think you didn't pay attention to all the things that were said leading up to the eclipse. talked about when you said, oh, it's Winifred. It's Winifred calling for the book. Okay, so the last one I read that I can talk about is, her name's Winifred. Played by Bette Midler, maybe? I don't know, now I gotta look it up. Yes, it is. It's Winifred, played by Bette Midler. I just wanted to make sure I was correct. So the last book I read that I could talk about, it's a short book, and I got it as like a freebie. It's called, the book title is like Man of the Month, April, and the concept behind the series is there's obviously 12 books in the series, one for each month, but they're like less than 100 pages each, so it's not anything like super taxing to read. They're just fun, quick reads. It's the premise is that the one girl in the series, the friend, she is starting like a dating profile thing, like a dating service or a matchmaking service, really, more than dating. She's come up with this algorithm that like perfectly matches two people. Sorry, I will do it, but apparently it decided it needs an update real quick, so we'll go back to 2 cameras while it updates. I even started it before stream, and it was just fine. But it's probably the time. Anyway. I'm building the Tales of the Space Age set. So I've done this one and this one so far. So this one's kind of like, like an asteroid. And then this one is like Mars-ish. Let me make sure I have all my pieces. So that's kind of the concept. So each month, people submit, like, they fill out the profile, and then she matches the 2 that fit the best. That's the concept for the series anyway. Ooh, 39 this time. Good on us. And so this month is April. You know, it's the 4th book in the series. It's April. I've read 1, 2, and 3 as well. And so this girl, she lived kind of a reclusive life. Her mom was killed in a mugging when she was like just a baby. And so her dad was so worried and like paranoid about danger that he moved them to like this reclusive mountain cabin with like very little people around. And she grew up there, and it's the only way she knows. And about 6 months ago, her dad died, and it was too sad for her to continue living there. Too many memories. So she sold everything, and the cabin, everything in it, and then moved back to where she was technically from. I forget what town it is. And so she reconnected with a girl that she was friends, that was friends. She knew from her dad, like her mom and this girl's mom were friends. And so she came back and talked to the girl's mom and became friends with her. And her friend's like, come on. I mean, they're 2 very polar opposites. She's very shy and reserved, and this other girl is like the total opposite. There's nothing wrong with that. It just is the way it is. And so okay, it doesn't look like I have any that I'm trying to like save money up for. So the girl convinces her to fill out the form, try to see if she can find a match. And so she does, and she's very nervous. Like, are these people even gonna like me? These are people kind of a deal. And the girl's like, don't worry about it. Everybody will like you. And so they get there, and of course the guy is there that will be this month's man of the month, but they don't know who he is. And so he sees her and he's like, there's just something about her. He's like, I hope that's my match for the month. And he comes over to the table to introduce himself to everybody. And the girl who's like in charge of the whole thing, because they only meet once a month. Hello, Alex. How are you today? She's like, okay, guys, I know you're really interested in who this month's match is, so we'll get right down to it. And she introduces the guy. He says hi to everybody, and then her friend is sitting there next to her, and her friend and the guy don't really seem to be hitting it off, right? Like, you can tell there's tension between them already. And that doesn't make sense. Nope. They don't really know each other, but I guess they do. But she doesn't know that they know each other. And so when the girl announces who his match is for the month, it's her friend who he seems to not get along with. And she's kind of disappointed, like, oh man. But oh well. Woohoo, you got your computer working! I know you were having issues getting a monitor. Like I said, my monitor, like, it worked at first, but not really. Like, we didn't know why it wasn't, being normal. Like, we had problems, like, when you would restart it, it would say it couldn't find it, and then we'd have to fiddle around, and then it would find it. My monitor was too old to work with, like, the graphics card or whatever. I think that's what hubby said. But anyway, and her friend's like, come on, let's go. And she's like, oh, happy for her friend. She wants her friend to find happiness. And then her friend's like, haha, April Fool's joke. You guys are the match. And they're both like, oh, and which I thought wasn't that nice. Your friend is super anxious about this, and then you do something like that, which is kind of like not exactly nice. I don't know. So he's like, he's got no problem being like, thank God it's not you. To her friend. And so they go on a date, and they've really hit it off. It's kind of weird and funny. It's very fast paced. So if that's not your thing, this series probably isn't for you. Because each book moves pretty fast. So they go out to eat. She tells him about that she lived kind of a weird life, kind of recluse type. And that she's just recently moved back. And he's like, wow, I'm sorry you've had to go through that. He told her a little bit about, like, his growing up, and I messed up somewhere. I see it. Grabbed the wrong color. Ew. Tell your coworker to do their own work. So they have really hit it off, and she doesn't like beat around the bush about things. Like, she's very like straightforward, which is kind of, like, different. Now, what was I doing? Okay, there we go. So she tells him that, you know, she is interested in him and she's a virgin. And that she likes him and she would like to give him her virginity tomorrow on their second date. And he's like, what? And she's like, unless you're not interested. And he's like, that's not what I said. But also, that's pretty fast. Like, you know, I want you to be sure. And she's like, I am. I'm very sure. And he's like, why don't we just see how tomorrow goes? And he's got kind of like, in the synopsis, they say he's got like commitment issues. Which I guess isn't necessarily wrong, but it's also not necessarily true. It's more like he sees a lot of relationships around him not work, and so that makes him cautious, you know? And like I said, this book moves at a pretty good clip, so I mean, anybody might be put off or have questions or reservations. But so the next day comes, they go on their date, and she's still adamant that she would like to give him her virginity. And so he's like, okay. And so they do. And then she tells him she loves him because she grew up in a very sheltered, not realistic world. And he's like, and like, you know, he stays the night, but he's gone when she wakes up. And he's not really calling her back or you know, anything like that. And so she's crying to her friend, and her friend's like, well, what happened? And she's like, we made love, and then I told him I loved him, and she's like, what the hell is wrong with you? Oh, I think I missed a bunch of these up here. Okay, I just hydrate. I ate sugar and talking about books. Oh, this is my cup that changes colors due to the light. Because up here, it doesn't really, it looks black. But in this one, it looks all bright. Northern Lightsy. Oh, you were taking a nap in your hidey hole. Well, come on. Climb up this. Not my pants, though, because that hurts with your little tiny claws. You want to come up? Yeah? Ugh. Yeah, but you won't help me come up. No, that's alright. Where was it? Oh, so her friend goes to him and she's like, what the hell is your problem? And he's like, you trying to wake up the whole neighborhood with your banging on my door? And she's like, dude, your driveway is 3 miles long. Nobody lives near you. And he's like, you know what I mean. And she's like, you broke my friend, and that's not okay. And he's like, I was just shocked by her saying it so quickly. And she's like, well, do you feel that way? And he's like, yeah, I kind of did fall in love with her that quick. And she's like, then why did you run? And he's like, I don't know. It was just all so fast. And she's like, well, she's not going to stay single for long, so you better get your crap together. And so, of course, you know, he apologizes and explains, and of course they wind up together. But Victor, your friendly Soviet vehicle inspector, received a text stating tornado warning. A tornado warning has been issued for your area. Reply with yes to confirm receipt. Who you play back? I have not received a tornado. Yes, the kids wore me down to get the kitty. Her name is London, and she's a 4-month-old tuxedo cat. She has issues. You see yourself on the camera? No? You want to get down? No? You're just gonna sit there, okay. As you can see, she uses my boobs as a shelf to lay on. Oh, you want to get down? Okay. I think she heard Boy Wonder and was like, ooh, what's he doing? Yeah, on the boob shelf. She'll climb up the couch and get on the back and then like get on my shoulder and like climb down and then just like curl up and just lay there. And I'm like, well, I guess we're back to that, much like the kids did. Just gonna lay my whole body there. Yeah, or as Crazy refers to himself as the Fat Man, and then she'll climb and lay on his belly. The book I'm currently reading came out today, but I got it a little late, so, you know, like the deadline to read it was extended. But it's not really a spin-off. O.J. Simpson died. Well, life happens. It's not really a spin-off, but it is like in the same world as another book by that author. And this author likes, her name's T.K. Lee. She writes a lot of trilogies. So often her books come in sets of 3. So they're, you know, books 1 and 2, I don't want to say they're hard cliffhangers, but it's not a complete ending either. It's like a mix. Sometimes it is like a hard cliffhanger, and sometimes it's just like a soft incomplete. Like there's obviously more to the story, and you wait for the next book. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So I'm not sure what this one's going to be yet, obviously, because I'm not very far into it. But so this girl. So the series, trilogy that it shares a world with, it's her mom is a baker, and she owns like a pretty well-known chain bakery, and she had gone to Hawaii for 2 weeks for vacation and some part of it like to help set up like a new bakery there. Or check in on a bakery there, something like that. And she meets this guy, and they kind of have a vacation fling. Only when it's done, they realize they've kind of fallen in love with each other. And he's a famous baseball player who is younger than her by about 10 or so years. To him, it doesn't matter. She worries what the world will think, you know. I'm so much older than you, I have a daughter, etc., etc. Right? Especially because her ex is in jail. Because it turns out he was a serial killer. And over the course of the series, you know, obviously her mom and this guy wind up together long term, but her dad does escape prison, like during a transport, and he kidnaps her for a couple days. And so that's not good. You know, like she sees things she shouldn't have had to see at 14 or ever. And so serial killers get groupies, and her dad has groupies that will send her replicas of the necklaces, because her dad used to take souvenirs from his victims and then give it to her mom. Like, he would take jewelry from the victim and then give it to her mom. And of course, the mom didn't know that's what was happening, and when she figured it out, she helped turn him in. But the groupies don't care. They just see that. And so they copy this necklace that her dad had given her mom a lot. And so the daughter is in this series too. So what had happened was 5 years ago, or over 5 years ago, a little bit more than 5 years, she met this guy through a friend. She felt guilty about what her dad did, right? So after her dad was killed while he was, after he kidnapped her. In the process of finding her and rescuing her, he was killed. But she felt bad about these women that her dad killed, So she tried to reach out to some of the families and apologize. Some didn't want anything to do with her, and some were willing to, talk with her. Mostly the kids of the women that he killed were willing to talk with her, It wasn't anything she did. She couldn't stop her dad. So she connected with this one guy who her dad killed his mom. And then she met this guy through him. And he was slightly older than her, but not ridiculously so. And so she began seeing this guy, and they never told his friend. I don't know if it was because she was worried that the friend liked her or what, but for some reason, they have not explained yet in the book, they didn't tell that they were seeing each other. They were seeing each other in secret, which doesn't completely make sense to me, but maybe they'll explain it better, and it will. And so, but 5 years ago, he was killed, or they assumed he was killed. He was assumed dead. They found a pile of blood in his car that, theoretically speaking, nobody would have been able to survive the loss of that much blood, but they never found his body. They kept saying that because he had a youth organization he volunteered with, or really, I guess, set up. And they kept saying that the one boy at the youth center killed him. Where was this? Oh, poop-tastic. I think here. Because if I turn it this way, yeah, that's where it was. But she didn't believe that the boy killed him. No doubt that he died, because who can survive that much blood loss? But she didn't think the boy had anything to do with his death. But the boy has been convicted in his death. So now it's 5 years later, and she has gone to college and grad school to become a physical therapist, and she has moved to California to try to move on with her life. Only, dun dun dun, her boyfriend never died. Something happened to him. I think somebody shot him and kidnapped him and made it look like a lot more blood than it was. Kind of a deal. But why they kidnapped him and why they tortured him, I have no clue. He talks in brief spurts about they made him fight for the internet. People could go on and pay to see him fight other people. So in his brain, he's a killer because he did it to survive, which is, not necessarily, doesn't really make him a killer. Yes, he killed people, but not because I like to kill people. It was kill or be killed. And so he's gone under extensive reconstructive surgery and things like that. And so he doesn't look the same anymore. And his plan was, I guess, to use her to get back at the people who hurt him, because it's easier to get in with her than it is with them, kind of a deal. And so he's been watching her for like the last couple months. And just not that long ago, like right about where I stopped reading, they had run into each other kind of on the beach. And he never, like, he didn't think she would stop and talk to him, but she did. So it really was kind of like chance encounter that she talked to him. I mean, he was there, but he didn't think she'd talk to him or notice him. And then he follows her. Like, she doesn't know he's following her or watching her, but she goes to this club with her friend because her friend's an entertainment lawyer. And she had received a replica necklace at her house, and then at work. And then that night, like, she came out, like, she went to the bathroom, and when she came out, this guy's like, "Ma'am, I think you dropped your lip gloss." And she's like, "Oh, I do wear that kind of lip gloss." And so she believed it was her lip gloss, but it wasn't. Oops. I popped that off. Popping that on, now I gotta see where it goes. That doesn't seem right. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. So like that so far. And then she goes to open her purse, her clutch, to put, the lip gloss in, only to realize it's not hers because her lip gloss is in her clutch. And so she turns around and the guy is gone. Like, she can see he went out. Oh, okay. I was like, where does this go? In this little dot here. So she follows him, which is stupid, but she does it. And then she gets attacked when she follows him through the door. And at first she self-defense training kicks in, like, act like you're not a threat and whatnot until you can get them to let their guard down a little bit and then attack. And she does, but while she's got heels on, which is, not well for running. And she trips running out of the alley, so of course he gets her. And he's like threatening her and talking about how this wasn't what he was hired to do, but it's okay, he'll just take a taste, like, he'll just hurt her a little bit. Like, this is an extra, a bonus prize for him. And so she's like, oh crap. But then the guy is like pulled off of her, and she hears whoever helped her snap the guy's neck. And now he's dead, so she doesn't have to worry about him. And then the guy that she doesn't know yet what is her ex is there standing over, and he's like, he picks her up, he's like, I'll take you to the hospital. And he does. But the guy that she met and became friends with, this doesn't look right. Oh, this is not cooperating at all. He was supposed to go, like, he came and visited her, and he was helping set up, like, furniture that she had bought, like, helping her put it together. Except he was supposed to have gone back to New York City, and he didn't. He was there, which was odd. She's like, I thought you went back to New York. That's still not right. Okay, let me... Okay, there's that. Well, it is right, but it's not right. If that makes sense. I don't know. They show this thing levered more over it like this. Maybe that's it. Maybe I just had the thing not quite at the right spot. Yeah, maybe that's what it was. And you can change the star pattern. Like, they show it several different ways. Like how the stars are on here, they show like several different ways you can rearrange the stars. But I'm just gonna leave it this way. But that's this one. So it's like a rocket launching. Or spaceship launching. And I think this one's like, I don't know, an alien city or something. But yeah, so he comes in the hotel room, or in the hospital room where she is, and she's like, I thought you went back to New York. And he's like, no, I had some last minute business come up. And we're at a little bit of the dun 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 part, because of course the guy who rescued her is his ex, and he is pretty sure that this friend had something to do, like he acts like this guy had something to do with what has happened to him and maybe what's happening to her, you know. And so, but this guy is all about, like, the guy she's friends with, his dad killed her, or yeah, her dad killed his mom. So he's all like, he was in foster care because of it, and he is all about like shoving, like proving to his grandparents that he became something, and he's constantly like trying to prove, like shove his money in everybody's face, essentially, like to prove that he's this, you know, whatever. And so the guy that her ex, you know, who has reinvented himself into, is like a big time deal. And he's like, you should come to her birthday. And he makes it seem like they are together as a couple when they're not. He would like them to be a couple, but she has made it clear more than once that she's not interested in being like that with him. They are just friends. And this guy doesn't know that she was secretly dating his friend when he died, you know. And so she's like, that's really weird. Like, why is he acting like this? And then the doctor won't discharge her unless she's going to go home with somebody who can watch over her because she has a mild concussion. So this guy takes her back to his place, but he's like being really like controlling, like, you should move in here and you should do this. And she's like, I already told you no. And so finally she kind of like has to yell at him, so he starts to listen to her. doing pretty good. I don't know if we'll make it or not. We'll see, though. I think it'll be close. Nope. We're doing pretty good, though. That's right. We'll just try again. I'm gonna do the bomber guy this time. He's always good. You know, like she just yells at him like, listen, I know you think I need to move into here and do all this, but I need to be on my own. You know, like I need to start my life, to start living. And so finally he's like, fine, I understand. But then it cuts back to the guy who's reinvented himself. He's called his old name was like Sebastian or something like that, and I think he's going by like Gideon now. But he switches back to his point of view. He has somebody who's working with him who knows who he really is. And the guy's like a security expert guy. And so he's like, I need all the info on that guy that attacked her in the alley and the guy who gave her the necklace, the replica necklace. And so the guy he killed in the alley, they have info on. They figured out, who he is. But he doesn't seem like he has a connection to the guy who was giving her the necklace and stuff. But they have the guy who gave her the necklace, of course, chained up in a soundproof room so they can torture him. And so they go in there and they talk to the guy, and it turns out his friend, the guy who she's currently with, her friend, loose relation to her, he's the one hiring people to send her the necklaces, which I had a little inkling that maybe he was connected to it. And now he's stepping up his game because she moved, and he feels like this is his time to strike. Like, he wants them to be together. And I think he probably knew that his friend was dating her, and he had something to do with him, getting hurt. And essentially what she thinks is dying. And that's kind of what keeps him like in her life. Anytime she does anything that like is remotely like she doesn't want to go back to him in the house, he's like, I just can't bear to lose you. I mean, I lost my best friend, I couldn't imagine losing you too. He like use it as a manipulation. But now that we're getting, a little bit more info, I think he had something to do. Like, he secretly knew they were dating and didn't like it. So he had him kidnapped, made it look like he was killed, and then had him, sold to whatever as, that fighting ring. I think that's what's going to happen. I don't know, though, because that's, where I stopped reading, but I have my guesses, and I've read enough, mystery thriller type to take my guesses. And I think that's what's happening, or going to happen. Ooh, let me take a quick check to make sure he's got his class up for 1 o'clock. Good thing I checked. The alarm he set to remind him did not go off. So, good thing I went and double checked. But yeah, so that's, I mean, it technically came out today, so I can talk about it. But like I said, I normally would have it read already, but it was a little late in getting to me. So then they extended the day to, you know, like the date to read it. Anybody have any fun things planned for the weekend? I don't think we have anything planned for this weekend. I know I need to do some grocery shopping, but that's about it. We're probably gonna have a little bit of time left, so maybe we'll play some Strange Horticulture. We haven't played that in a little bit. As time filler, or you know, we can do Diamond Dots or whatever. Whatever you guys want to do, or see me do, I should say. But next weekend, we have, like next Friday, we have our date night thing with the brew at the zoo, or whatever they're calling it. Nope, I already got it out. That's right. Gonna head up to bed. Pack is hurting, so I need to lie down. Thanks for the stream. I hope you have a... Yes, thank you for coming and hanging out, and hopefully your back feels better. And I know the time difference makes it like 7 o'clock your time-ish. If you can lay down and relax, by all means, take it. And Yeah, just gone 7 things. Yes! Like, if you can do it, take advantage. Hopefully your back feels better soon. Hello, Yeti! How are you doing today? Okay, that is the right block. I'm doing good. It's one of those weeks where it feels like a busy week, but in actuality, there's not a ton of things going on. I don't know why it feels like that. Probably just because, like, change in schedules makes me feel like more is happening than is actually happening. Oh, well, you weren't supposed to fall off. You're supposed to squeak on. Come on. I hate you, Technic pieces. Fine, that works too. Okay, nice tilted in. So that's what's happening. This one is not wanting to cooperate. There we go. Maybe that's it. Maybe they were tilted in a little bit. What do we got? Ooh, I don't think I have that one. Let's try a feather ball. Pokey catch feather. I don't know if I have a feather ball or not, but it'll tell me if I don't. Ooh, I did, apparently. I am working on, I think it's called Tales of the Space Age. It's like little space postcard type things, and you can hang them individually or you can clip them together and kind of have like an art type piece. But I will probably, I'm almost done with it. I will finish this before my normal 3 hours is up. So I'll probably then play a little game like Strange Horticulture or we can do Diamond Dots. It doesn't matter to me. I never know what I want to do to begin with, so. And this piece is basically like you can hang it on the wall. You can use that groove as like to put a nail or screw, whatever, to hang it off of. Woohoo, I caught it. And Stream Raiders is up if you like to play that. If not, that's fine too. So that's that so far. One of these, two of those, two of these, two of these, four of those. Ooh, the Chudy Chew is super loud right now. We planted, we didn't really plant them. We got, stuff planted like in seed starter trays type deal. And our cucumbers are like already super big. So we're going to need to transfer them this weekend, like into the raised garden beds. We bought these new things off Amazon though. They're like reusable seed starter trays. And then also, they came with like grow lights. You know, you put them on for like before they have even really started to grow, and then you change the color of lights when they've started to grow, and then like change it again after they're so tall, you know. And our cucumbers apparently are just loving it because they're like touching the top of the things. That, and I guess back down to this book. Hello, Beer Bear. How are you doing today? Okay. So it was black, black, and blue. And then good, hoping to ride. Raining outside though. Worst case, do indoors. I don't know. I'm a wimp. I would probably choose indoors over rainy outdoors any day. But I could see you wanting to like get more outside riding time with the big ride coming up. I can understand that. So this is what they look like all clipped together, or you can like hang them individually or set them up individually. But I think I'm gonna have them like this. 38 to 40 one way, because I know you said it's like 160 miles altogether is like what that big ride is gonna be. So I mean that would be a nice like you know, if you're riding 38 to 40 one way and then turning around and riding that back, that gives you about half the length. Or even if you only do that so far and have somebody pick you up on the other end, that's a good like chunk set up, like to get used to like that long of a ride. You're right. Yeah, you like do half essentially by riding somewhere and riding back, and that kind of sets you up for how much like good prep. But yes. I just got this when we went to Kansas City. I had it on my list to get for a while. I don't know why that one kind of wants to be bendy in the middle. But I kept putting it off to buy other sets. But when we went to Kansas City, I let Crazy pick like a set, and then I just matched my price point to his by, choosing different sets. But yes, I like that. This one here, the pink one, as you're like, I built it, and then it had like three more different star patterns you could change it to. So it had 4 star patterns. Like this is kind of like the Big Dipper, but you could change it to other star patterns, other constellation patterns if you wanted to. They have instructions in there, like 3 extra pages with just different star patterns that you can change it to, which is pretty cool. But I guess it's supposed to be like a comet, and then this is kind of Mars-esque, and then this is obviously a space shuttle, and I don't know, Saturn maybe? With the rings? I don't know. But I like it. Like I say, each of them has like a thing on the back. You could hang it from like a nail or a hook, whatever, individually, like on the wall. Or you can clip them all together like this, or even just set them individually on a thing. But I chose to do it this way. And I ordered the piece that was missing from the stuff I was working on Tuesday, and they've already shipped it. So now it says like 7 to 10 days till it'll come in the mail, which, is not something I can control, but it's nice like how fast they shipped it out. What I think happened was when I was opening the box, I noticed that there were pieces like just free floating in the box, which isn't totally abnormal, but the size and type of the pieces that were floating around was. Like they're small pieces that wouldn't normally just be left out. And then when I found bag 1 and poured it out into my bin, I noticed on the bottom of the bag there was like a hole, like a flap hole, So I bet it fell out before the set really even got in the box, and shipped. Like it probably fell out on the conveyor belt or something. I don't know. But either way, it wasn't in there. But they've already shipped the piece and said 7 to 10 days. It didn't come with a tracking number for me though, so I can't track it to tell like which day exactly it's gonna be here. But needless to say, it is on the way. Let's see. I have about 45 minutes of time left, so I was gonna play Strange Horticulture. If it will wake up. Oh, it's updating Steam. Oh, that was a quick update. I don't need all this offers and such. Okay, let's switch to gaming. And then game capture and check. Yeah. Okay. I switched the game, so it should be up in just a second. Yes. Okay, it worked. Whoop whoop. And I will turn the music off, because obviously this game has music. There's no need to have music playing and this. If the game is too loud or too quiet, let me know and I will try to adjust. Or, adjust, not try. It says 5 miles south of the tallest but one, it grows in peace in the midday sun. Hmm. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. The tallest but one. It is said that the red ebony plant has the properties of uncovering that which is hidden or secret. I have prepared a device designed to use extract from the plant in concentrate with a viewing window in order to permit the user to see magics otherwise invisible to the naked eye. Okay, so do I have a thing for that? No. Okay, so put you back over there. Making sure there's not a place called Red Ebony that I didn't pay attention to. Nope, it's up here. Okay. And this one said 5 miles south of the tallest but one, but I don't know what that means. Like, I assume. Hello, Steel! It's not like they have elevations. Oh, it does. That one's 873 meters. That one's 899, 978, 826. So far, this is the second tallest. Oh, nope, now that's the second tallest. Oh, see what happens when I read. Okay, I think this is it. And each block is one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, I was right. The forest here is lush and vibrant. The bird song feels enchanting like the call of sirens. Nestled in the undergrowth under the shade of a birch tree, a plant grows. Oh, that's a weird looking plant. A Yunma. Pokecatch. I was able to strip away the Swiftsnare's vines and lift the lid with more than a little trepidation, I'll admit. To my relief, but also disappointment, the coffin contained nothing but dust. At least that's what I thought at first, but when I looked closer, I discovered a golden amulet embedded in the gray ash. On the back of the amulet is an inscription that says, "With Solomon's scepter I awake." Solomon's scepter, that's a plant, right? Timer balls. It is a plant. Also known alarmingly as Hell's Gate and sometimes Solomon's Scorn, the flowers of the plant are commonly used in witchcraft and other satanic practices. Many sweet-smelling small flowers grow along the stem. So. Nope, let's go to Stream Radars. 9 against, I don't know, 20. Ooh. Still, maybe-ish? That's it. Well, all the bombs. Right. I love the bomber guy, because he's just like, lob, lob. Oh, we're doing okay this time. No, we did it! Whoop whoop! Whoop whoop! Vicky Winchester's PN. Oh, maybe. Okay. Oh, let's do this one. Yeah, you did good for. I mean, said there's. What are you? I never worry like overly concerned if we don't win. You know, it is what it is. Let's try you. You know, it's not life or death. We just try again. Oh. Wants me to do orcs and flying units. Oh well. Let's see. Let's. Oh. But we must win. Apparently I started going sideways. I don't know. It says small sweet selling flower, so maybe that's on the maybe. Obviously not one that has a thing. Because, you know, then I would know what it is. That doesn't match the description. Nope, those are berries. I guess let's try the red one. Nope. Oh, I didn't notice this one before. Maybe this one? No! Oh no. Whew. When you lose too many times, this thing fills up on the other side, and then, oop, I didn't go back to the right one. Yeah. When you go, like when this, oh, you can't see it because of where my camera is. But there's this little like, kind of like this on the bottom, and when it fills up, you you don't die, but like you have to redo the day essentially. It kind of gives you like this in between this puzzle you have to figure out to be able to do the day over again and hopefully get it right this time. Ooh, the mailman. I heard a shepherd got killed by some wild beast up near the Swinside Stone Circle. They say it slaughtered half his flock as well. People round here don't seem too bothered, but it's got them panicked down Foxfield way. Kentmere Eye. Let's look at the map. Is that somewhere on the map? There's Swineside Stone Circle. I descend into a pleasant valley where the village of Kentmere is situated. On my way back, I pass the Rockstone or Badger Rock, which has always been popular with local children who challenge each other to scramble up its craggy sides. I make a beeline to the village church, St. Cuthbert's, which is sheltered by an ancient yew tree. There are many plants to admire amongst the headstones and tombs, but sadly nothing extraordinary for me to find today. So, whatever the Kentmere Eye is, it wasn't necessarily like Kentmere itself. Well, this is getting interesting. I was able to confirm that it was indeed gilded dendra that was used at the Swineside ritual site. That's a worrying sign. It's a plant that is used in several of the darker incantations, and it can't be a coincidence that the very same plant was used to poison Arda. There must be a connection between this other murder and the Sisterhood. I need some mental clarity to think it through some more. Some Maiden's Sorrow should help a lot. A Maiden's Sorrow. Rubbing the soft leaves of this plant between one's finger and thumb is said to help prevent the mind from wandering, providing a focusing effect. The flowers of this plant droop mournfully, but it is its thorns along its stem that are thought to lend to its name. So I don't have this one marked already. So, droopy flowers. The bulb was quite firm and turquoise in color. The orange fruit have no note. Okay, that's fruit, not flower. You're kind of droopy. And thorny. Woohoo! Oh, Rat Ebony. That's what we needed to find. This plant is said to uncover that which is hidden, including buried treasure and secret writings. The red ebony is extremely rare and not well studied. Blood has been spilled over this plant, which is where the red part of the name is believed to come from, since confusingly the large flower is in fact blue. It looks like I'm going to have to make a trip to Black Combi. Verona noticed something at the Swineside site that had me pondering. A piece of slate with a symbol drawn on it in black. Can't think of anywhere else around there where you'd get slate from. That and Bradley Miller keeps insisting that he saw something up at Black Combi. But then again, Bradley Miller does claim that fairies stole his wheelbarrow. If I'm going to spend a night out in the hills, I'll want to make some Eyebright with me, or take some Eyebright with me. Wouldn't want anyone sneaking up on me in the dark. I found a butterfly outside and I was taking pictures of it. It's just a little baby. Ooh, that's pretty. He said Eyebright. Eyebright. Take care not to touch its brightly colored thorns. They will do no lasting damage, but they contain a small amount of venom that will cause severe pain for several days after. A plant that only grows to the south in warmer climates, where they call it loath, after a long dead king. Known to improve eyesight at night, even in the darkest of places. Okay. Okay. I want to see. They keep saying maybe going there. Nope. Okay. What was that for? I didn't give him a plant. I didn't do a plant. How did I die? Okay, I don't understand what happened because I didn't attempt to click the plant. Like, you know, confirmation. So I don't know why it made me. That was poop-tastic. I don't even know what I did wrong. A Sneasel? He wants Eyebright. Thorny. Nope, you're not thorny. You're not thorny. Nope. I should move all the ones that aren't tagged near each other. Ooh. Maybe? Yes, I was right. Hello, Kevin! How are you today? Does it ever stop raining in Undermere? You have a reputation in town for knowing about unusual plants. I need some gray sandfire. Finally done with morning meetings about the daughter and school. Oh no! We had meetings, but it was just about like next year's curriculum. Yeah, ours wasn't really like a personal meeting. Tuesday had a parent meeting, but it was like all the 7th grade parents were invited to the meeting. And it was basically like the same presentation they were going to give them Wednesday morning about what they could take next year and like explaining everything and what they gave us to us Tuesday night. That way we would know going in. After they had the presentation, we could help them choose what they went, like what classes they wanted for next year and whatnot. So it wasn't necessarily like, you know what I mean, like a bad thing. It was just kind of a very general parent meeting. Oh, I know what this one is. It's this one. But yeah, it's that time of year where everybody's kind of dealing with school stuff, whether it be because they're moving to the next grade or their kid doesn't want to like go to school anymore. Welcome in, Crochet. How are you doing today? I will quick show everybody. I built this today and we had a little time left over, so I was playing a little strange horticulture. But these you can like take apart and display separately, and they have these little things on the back. You can use these to like as like the brace to hang it on like a nail or a screw or whatever. But I just clip mine all together and I'll probably leave them like this. But who knows? I may change my mind and hang them up individually. Who knows, right? But we were playing a little strange horticulture because I had extra time. My daughter is feeling anxious and afraid of school right now. At least school is working with us and sending home homework for her in the interim. Well, that's good. I mean, like, is she like? You said she always likes to like get really good grades and stuff, and so is that what's still causing like the anxiousness, or like other things happening at school that are maybe like those things all combined are creating the anxiousness? Said Lowick to Ilgil Head, Foxfield to Crinkle Crags. I like the way it turned out. I had it on my wish list for a while, and then I just kept putting it off to buy other sets. And then when we went to Kansas City with the kids over spring break, I let Crazy pick what he wanted, and then I just kind of matched price point. So I got like a bunch of smaller sets to equal the same price. Oh, I don't want to go back but at the same time, I don't have my little thingy that helps me narrow things down. Okay, Lowick. Okay, there's a Lowick. Now where's Ilgil? Up there. So there to there. That's probably wherever they cross. And that's Foxfield to Crinkle Crags. Yeah. I wish you could like draw a line. you know, but you can't. So it's like this block, this block. I don't know. That's kind of weird. I'll try there. Oh, I was right. I guessed right. I don't think it's her grade. She said she's feeling lonely right now. Her classmates are kind of ignoring her, which is very different than what her classmates were known for. So, like, clearly it's... I'm gonna say it and it's gonna sound bad, but it's also like the only way I know how to describe it. It's girl drama. Like, one girl gets it in her head and then they tell all their friends, and then everybody's like, nope, you can't talk to her. The magpie sees me before I see it. I do not know how long it has been watching me, but I can tell that it is interested in my movements. A strange sensation creeps over me, and I feel an urge to leave this place, but not before collecting a plant for further study. One for sorrow. Turning to leave, I see another magpie and another plant I've never seen before. Two for joy. So clearly, like, you know, somebody's got it in their head about something, and, you know, it's kind of snowballed. Could be some of that. She also needs time alone, and that could snowball into what is happening. Or vice, like, she needed time alone, so then they thought she didn't, you know, like, who knows? Like, I can understand, and that's frustrating, but at the same time, sometimes it's hard to figure out exactly what is, like, at the root of things. You were wise to pledge your support to the seeds of redemption. Together we are stronger. Now that Dendru has awoken, the redemption is upon us. It is a glorious time. Our deeds will be remembered for 1,000 years. Those of us that have put our faith in the woken Dendru will be saved, but we must act swiftly. We will be in touch soon. Praise the Dendru. Okay, you weirdo. That wasn't strange at all. My mind is clouded, dark. I see it and it sees me, all of me. Elder Finium is the answer. It must be. I will not forget those who helped me, horticulturist. I probably butchered that name too. Elder Finium? I don't know. The petals of this flower can be brewed to create an antidote to Dendra's miasma? I don't know. Miasma? A deadly poison that causes the blood to slowly turn black, eventually resulting in a painful death. Welcome in, Danny! How are you today? It has an intoxicating scent, similar to that of Solomon's Spectre. Solomon's Spectre smells alluring. Maybe this one? Nope, that's fruit, not a plant. Or not a flower, rather. Those are mushrooms. Smells sweet like rhubarb. Hmm. No, that one smells unpleasant, so probably not that. I tried to move all the, well, it's fruit, not a flower. To move all the, like, the identified things to one end, or like to one area, so that way it would be easier. So these are all the unidentified things. It has similar to Solomon's Spectrum, which is smells alluring. I don't know. Let's try this. Nope. I didn't miss any, did I? No. I have some clues, but I didn't like figure out where they go. This one just says Kentmere Eye. And the other one's about Red Abney. Okay, Kentmere Eye. Maybe this? From Kentmere Eye, follow the bearing of the eye and end up in a small forest north of Kendal. The woods are thick with briar and brambles, but amongst the tangled undergrowth a type of flower is flourishing. Woohoo! I guessed correctly! I like when I guess correctly. Make sure, trying to figure out where they put it. Berries, not flower. Try to make sure they all have check marks on them, meaning they've all been used. Okay. And I don't know what this is. I've had this for a while, but I don't know. Like, put it on a map, I don't know what it. Like, if it would tell me anything. like putting it on the map. Oh, Carrot's raiding in. Welcome back, Steel. Oh, next month you'll have a stream, baby, Carrot. Thank you for the follow. I don't want to say your name wrong. I know. I found these keychain things that look like dumpster fires, but they're diamond dots, and I thought about getting them. And as people do a stream baby, I add like make them on stream for them. 58 this time. Whoop whoop. Look at Kevin. Kevin and Beer Bear. All the assists and all the kills. I can do one more round. And it started a new map today, so I don't want to say your name wrong. Is it? Oh, just a chat, a new judge. Well, thank you. I built. Oh, let me switch cameras. I built this today.
We have always lurked among you.
The Tales from the Space Age. I built it today, and we had extra time. So that's why I'm playing Strange Horticulture now. I like it. I think I'm probably gonna display it like this, right with the moon planet, the one I did last week. It is really nice. It was a quick build, but it's really nice. And these, this one here, so it looks like the Big Dipper or the Little Dipper, whatever. It's a dipper. But in the booklet, they also give you 3 other alternate star patterns. that you can do if you want to. Like, you can change it up. Oh, is there? That's pretty cool. Yeah, I like the way it turned out with the different kind of images. I like space, but not so much the, like, building spaceships and stuff. But yeah, it's a really cool set. I really like it. I did one last week that was the Earth and its moon rotating around the sun, and it's got a hand crank, and you can turn it, and then it rotates. Yeah, like, I like space, but not like the whole, like, spaceship versions of space. I know it's kind of weird, but it is what it is. What was I doing? Oh, I was trying to figure out. I have this flower clue, but I don't know where it goes. So I was trying to see if maybe it, like, made a pattern. Oh, I have tons of Lego. The, oh, not the right one. Let me switch again. All the Legos. And then yeah. Like, all the Legos. I am getting, next week when we go to Kansas City again, I'm getting more shelving. Sorry, I kept changing the light. A giant in the city of Lego. Yes, which makes me feel really big because I'm not even 5 foot tall, so it's the only place I've ever been a giant besides around babies. Yeah. So I was just playing this game because I had extra time, and I have this clue, but I have no idea what it means. Like, it's just a flower, but I don't know what that means. So I was like, maybe if I hold it up to the map, it'll, like, make a pattern, you know, like match a pattern on the map. It did not. So sometimes I just pick a random place on the map and see if it tells me anything. The Circle of Ancient Rhyolite Boulders has been a site of ritual importance for hundreds of years. A lone pillar of red sandstone stands off to one side. Yeah, like an upside down flower, like a tulip facing down. And see, they show, like, ones here, kind of, like outlines. So it kind of is similar, but facing the opposite direction. But apparently the clue didn't actually give me anything, or I don't know how to interpret it. And they wanted me to look for this flower among the flowers I have, which is what I was willing to explore, to try to see if a flower I had, or if I could find a flower that matched. But they want me to find this flower. It says it has an intoxicating scent similar to that of the Solomon Spectre, which smells alluring. And it is a flower, not a mushroom or berry. And that doesn't really look similar. And that's a mushroom. And that doesn't really look similar. I thought maybe this because it's got the same kind of thingies, but it said no. Plus it has a gentle scent. That's not alluring, but... That's alright. Listen, this game is like, it's just kind of, I like puzzle games, and that's all it is. It's like puzzle after puzzle. And if the other thing smells alluring, unpleasant does not match that, so... and see. No spriggy things. And then these are berries and these are mushrooms, and that it looks different. Yeah, I love puzzle games. I love that when you have to like figure things out. So that other thing talks about Red Abney, but also I don't know where you find Red Abney, so it doesn't matter. I thought maybe it would like kind of give me a clue about where to find it, assuming I don't have it and just don't realize it, but yes, I do Lego and I play video games and I do Diamond Dots. And Steel was here last week for the eclipse. Like, she came in late Saturday night, so she was just really here Sunday and Monday. An absurdly long way to travel for 2 days. So she co-streamed with me on Sunday, and she taught me how to crochet. So we did a little crocheting. I wish you could like... Okay, what does the hint say? I should get the viewing device working. Rabnit. I'm sure I have that around here. Well, that does not actually help me. That was my clue. Plant says uncover which is hidden. Red Abney is absolutely rare and not well studied. Blood has been swallowed. Where the red comes from? The large flower is in fact blue. I bet this is Red Abney. It works. Oh, look at that. Okay, so let's go to this one. Now I'm curious. I have all these finished clues. Would it say more on them? Nope. Sorry, now I'm gonna go over every clue I have to make sure I didn't miss something. Aye. There we go. Ooh, the Great Oak. Said a huge tree stands before me, impossibly tall and wide, bigger than I could have ever imagined, and any living thing might be. Its upper branches graze the sky. Okay, that didn't help me with the thing I'm trying to currently find. But Ethereum grows here. .126 by 126 is really low resolution. I need to redraw my PFP. Now I got confused. Okay, like right there is insane. Okay. So, and you can get, like, over time, that will to explore thing refills, but also if you water the plants, sometimes you can get more to appear, and then you can travel faster. So right there it says. Then I can collect the plant and then answer that. Boop boop. And you can pet the kitty. My mom was into horticulture. I found this among her things. Golden light. That's a plant, right? I'm not sure what long meg could mean though. Is that another plant? Anyway, I thought you should have it just in case it's any help. She loved this shop. Woo! Are you good at hard puzzles? Yes and no. Like, I guess it really, like, depends. I know that's not, like, an answer, really, but... Start at Long Meg. So let's find Long Meg. And I feel like I looked all over the map and still didn't find it. Let's do magnifying glass. Brick tax. Yeah, like to have anyway. You know what I mean? Like yes, but no, because it kind of depends on factors. You know, like how kind of clues it was, the type of puzzle it is. Is it a river? Maybe? Or a thing of water, and that's why I'm missing it? Okay, let's put this away and grab this. See if something says Long Meg. Tomb of the Hunter. That's the tree I went and found. No, that didn't help with any Long Meg. Let's do brick tax. Okay. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Make sure I got that set right. And that was that set. Words are hard. What's brick tax? Did you just buy them bricks? No, okay, so brick tax is like a community build. I actually stole it from Carrot. And I use, like, you know when you get like the gifts with purchase? I use those for brick tax. So then you use channel points to redeem the brick tax, and then I do one step. And like it's like we build it together. I stole it from Carrot. Dobby? Apparently Dobby ears don't want to stay on. Yeah, we just steal things from everybody because there's only so many things you can do that are like completely unique, and everything else is just stole from somebody else. Long Meg. Oh, sorry. I'm just trying to find. I don't know what Long Meg is, so start at Long Meg and then go 3 south and 2 east. Easy enough, as long as you can find where Long Meg is to start with. And I used my little see the hidden stuff, but it didn't find anything for that. It did say the hunter is there. So let's just click on that thing. What the heck is Long Meg? Is what? Yeah, like what is it? Like, is it a like name of a waterway? You know, is it the name of a town? I don't know. The memorial bears the name Swife Prior. It stirs a memory. He was one of the Dreyer, and I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing like half these things wrong. Theirs is a lovely life at the mercy of a dangerous addiction. They build a tolerance to the Drathanium sap in childhood that they might benefit from its potent effects. but they will die if they stop taking it. An unusual plant grows sparsely around the memorial. New plant acquired. Like, I even went over the thing, like maybe that, I don't know. Where did they put the new plant? We'll put it back over here in the clues. Help me! I'll try. The amulet. I can't remove it and it's drawing the life from me. Well, that does seem unpleasant. Sometimes called Witch's Remedy, the long veracund is believed to lift curses. Small leaves grow in pairs along the stem. That looks right. Oh! Oh, wrong one. Wait, no, that was the right one. I'm trying to keep all the unmarked ones, like, together. So, in theory, it's easier to find them, choose from them. The game, however, has other ideas. Oh, look, she's so young again. I think if I read right, there's supposed to be like 77 plants once you like get through the whole game. Amos Duncan. It's good to see you, my friend. I've been on the road so long, I'd started to wonder if you were still on the other end of the letters I've been sending. I'm back in town for a few days, though, and I wanted to give you these before I forgot. I found them in the pocket of an overcoat that belonged to your uncle. I almost threw them away, but I thought the symbols on them might mean something to you. Okay, so there's all the other ones that are on the thing. Ooh, let's do this. Nope. Yes, but no. This doesn't truly help me. You're fine. You're probably out of Pokeballs, like basic Pokeballs, so you can try that same phrase, Pokecatch, and then put a space and try like Great Ball or Ultra Ball. But if you scroll down, like below the window with the video in it, if you scroll down, there should be like a red thing that's your Pokédex, and you can find what balls you have in there. Simone Green. I have no idea what any of this means, but it seemed like something you might find interesting. I found it while clearing out the nook off the east wing. There you go! Whoop whoop, you caught it. Baylock's Elixir. Oh, it's got symbols on the bottom. Made from crushed petals of 3 distinct plants, Baylock's Elixir is a potent aid to memory, allowing those who drink it to ensure that they retain an important information that they will never forget. Care must be taken after drinking, however, to avoid the fate of Grey Gale, who slowly lost her mind after taking Baylock's and stared at a blank wall for 12 hours. That does sound unpleasant. We always joke that the game is rigged. Like, it will let you catch a bunch of Pokemon when you first start, and then over time, like, comes in waves. Like, no Pokemon, and then all the Pokemon, and then no Pokemon, and then a sprinkling of Pokemon, and then no Pokemon. In Tebe, a noble elder, stood silently watching the starry skies. So, let's find Tebe on the map. Yeah, that's what I said. It's like gambling without spending anything, but they get you hooked. You wouldn't think, following the modern railway line to Tebe, that this prosperous village was once home to a notorious prophetess, Mary Baines, a local witch haunted the locals with her tales about the end of the world. Although such prognostication, I can't talk today, whatever, may seem quaint nowadays, her grave in the churchyard is still avoided by all in the village and nothing grows there. Spooky. Yeah, like, so it'll let you catch, like, all of them. Okay, apparently that was not the whole clue. But I need to find somebody to raid into so that I can go pick up my daughter when I need to. Yeah, we have 2 minutes left on Stream Raiders, and I raided into myself because I stayed in in a carrot stream. Oh, red just ended. Maybe we'll go into 9.5 because somebody gifted me a subscription to her page. So maybe we'll go into her when, you know. Yeah, we have 1 minute, which is fine. What was that? I don't know what I'm doing. That's not uncommon. New Palia drops. How did I miss those? I try to stay on top of the drops, which is why my thing was Stream Raiders today, because it had just a little bit left, like on the active drops, so that way if anybody hadn't gotten them all, they could, you know. Oh yeah, those are different. I got the ones last week. Maybe I'll, when does this end? The 15th? Maybe I'll play Palia on Sunday then, and everybody can get the drops. I need, like, so I have it on my computer, but I wonder if you can still play that way, or if I have to download it from Steam. Because I stopped playing because I was afraid that, you know, with its transferring to Steam, that it wouldn't, like, it would wipe. You know what I'm talking about? So I stopped playing it because I didn't want to get, like, way crazy ahead and then it not matter because they wiped everything. You think you just have to link the accounts. Okay. 61 to 37. Beer Bear already got 5 assists and the thing just started. Crazy. Look at all those assists. Now he's got 12. The enemies are just going down like crazy. This is Stream Raiders. It's like a little fun off to the side game you can play. So every 5 minutes, you can add a person to the battle, and you can have 6 people in the battle, and then I start the battle, and you just play. And it's kind of like a little fun off to the side. You don't, like, it's all relative to the game. My husband was playing it in his stream, and so then I became a little obsessed. And then I put it in my stream. It probably won't do it with the battle now because I finished one. But yes, that's the last one for this because we're ending. Like I'm going to raid into somebody. But yes, I also do that. Like have a good dinner. We're gonna do shake and bake pork chops in the air fryer. And rice, I think. Mmm, that's delicious. Wait. If I can, think about one thing for like more than 5 seconds. Thank you for coming in and hanging out and taking a chance on a new page with the raid. See, if I have to defrost it, so I have to think about it. Even when it's not my day, I have to think about it because the kids can't remember it's their day. I'm lucky that they remember to do their laundry. Thank you everyone for coming and hanging out, and hopefully I will see you guys, or at least some of you, on Sunday. Maybe we'll do Palia on Sunday. That way you guys can get the drops for that. Because I think today was the last day, and then they're not going to have drops on Stream Raiders for a while. I could be wrong though, because it was like back to back. Oh nope, they must have came out with more because these weren't there yesterday.